When I came to Uplift, we were very grief centered. What I knew from being in the work is that we have to look at how grief and trauma intersect with each other. I think a lot of the world, particularly in Philly, was very trauma centered and not grief centered. I came to understand that those two actually can live together. And it really drove a lot of my passion for the work. So I found that the number one instrument for care was me and my work in relationship to other people, and really started to implement that more in supervision, but also in terms of how we approach the work. That if you're working with oppressed people systemically, individually, you absolutely have to honor the grief and the trauma, not as pathology, and not just in their bodies, but in the systems that help create, ignore, and then sometimes exacerbate grief and trauma. I learned that everything is connected in systems, and I have to take more responsibility for my body, not just my individual body, but the body of the organization that I work in, the body of the city of Philadelphia, the body of particular streets, and make sure that anything that I do is taken that into consideration. The thing that struck me the most about my work at Uplift is when, and it doesn't matter where you're in groups with caregivers or in groups with adolescents or with groups with children, I think one of the things that I enjoyed the most about being at Uplift, the work actually countered this big lie that people tell. And that big lie is that families, but Black families in particular, can't heal and they can't help other people heal. And they're stuck in problems and they're stuck in pathology. What I always witnessed was the beauty of knowledge, the beauty of sharing, and then the beauty of people just leaning in to each other and leaning into each other around something that a lot of society tries to avoid, which is grief and all the feelings, thoughts, and things that come with that. So watching a caregiver say to another caregiver, look, I feel you. I know some of what you're going through. I don't know a lot of what you're going through, but I will be here for you. And the same thing with young people. You get past the giggling, the goofiness, and you find a lot of profound ideas. I would want Uplift in the next 25 years to continue to be an organization that's oriented to the people and to the people who need help the most. And like one of my big dreams is that some of the young people that I served when I was there, once they get to maybe like 25 years old or 30 years old, that they come back and they volunteer. Some of the young people who saw what we did, they go on to get a degree and they come back and they work it up. I want to see that because they have seen hurt, they have seen hell and felt what Philly has been like, maybe gone off to school somewhere else or in the city, and they have something to bring that's very unique to what Uplift needs. And I feel like if Uplift continues to grow, Uplift will be able to welcome that. I believe that if Uplift is willing to stay generative and willing to stay open and flexible, I think it will provide a model for programs across the country, but also across the world, that you can actually co-design and collaborate with community, and with that have not just organizations to believe in you, because there's a lot of organizations that believe in Uplift, but to have people believe in it enough to actually dedicate a part of their life to it.